It's getting pretty hard to keep track of all the different ways you're supposed to be offended, but apparently Stephen A. Smith did one of those things on ESPN while discussing Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens, who gave up yet another fourth quarter lead in that loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday, and Lamar Jackson went on Twitter afterwards, had some things to say to fans, ended up deleting the tweets, some controversy surrounding it, but now Stephen A. Smith has found himself in the middle of it and now apologizing for using a word that legitimately nobody in the fucking world thinks is bad. Look at this headline. Stephen A. Smith apologizes for using the word homosexual. Homosexual. That's what he had to apologize for now, because the gay community finds the term homosexual too offensive. Now listen, I know it's the gay community, but you really have to be that sensitive about it? Like, holy shit, man. Homosexual. That is now considered offensive by these people, I guess. Raise your hand if you didn't realize this was now an issue. This is from Outkick, but we do have the article here from Bounding Into Sports. ESPN host Stephen A. Smith apologizes for using the term homosexual while discussing profanity-laced Lamar Jackson tweet. ESPN host Stephen A. Smith issued an on-air apology for using the term homosexual during a segment discussing a now-deleted Lamar Jackson tweet. Jackson took offense at Twitter user Castle Will Kill sharing his opinion that the Ravens should let him walk rather than give him $250 million. Castle Will Kill said, when someone is asking for over $250 million guaranteed like Lamar Jackson, games like this should not come down to Justin Tucker. Let Lamar walk and spend that money on a well-rounded team. Now, some would argue that's a good point. Some would argue, no, you're crazy. Some would argue that inevitably 17 games a year, playoff games, eventually you're going to have some games come down to the kicker. That's just the way it is. Justin Tucker nearly made like a 65-yard kick outside for the win, just came up short. But this is the tweet that he's now regretting because he did delete it. Boy, shut the fuck up. Y'all be capping too much on this app. MF never smelt a football field, never did shit but eat dick. And some people said, that's so homophobic. He should apologize. Well, he did delete the tweet. John Harbaugh said, oh, it's unlike Lamar, all this stuff. Who cares? Who cares about that? Now, maybe you don't want him responding to fans in that way, period. But if you're going to go after him for homophobic comments, legitimately sit down and shut up. That is absolutely pathetic. But when Stephen A. Smith discussed this, he used the term homosexual, and that's a big no-no. Discussing the tweet, Smith stated, I want to start off this with some discomfort by saying I just read that for the first time, just read the text, the tweet. Lamar said, I am not a homosexual, so I'm not going to define what's offensive to them or not. I'll let them do that. Apparently, the word homosexual is offensive to them. Maybe you should let them be the arbiters of what is and is not offensive. You know what? I'm going to sit there and I'm going to tell you, hey, gay community, hey, for all the gays out there, homosexual is not offensive in any way, shape, or form. It's, I think, one of the more respectful ways anyone could possibly refer to you, to be honest with you. But hey, I'm going to dictate what is and is not offensive from now on. That is not offensive. I just want to make that clear. Let's put it in writing. Let's get that signed off by whatever gay leader needs to sign off on this. It looked to me like he was cussing out a dude, very, very frustrated. He went the hell off. A lot of people that get cussed out when you're cussing folks, you got some things to say sometimes. That's how I read that. But again, I am not a homosexual, so the homosexual community, the gay community, gets to define that better than me. Let me say that. That's number one. Well, it wasn't very long until Stephen A. Smith had to apologize for that. This is really pathetic. Stephen A. Smith would later apologize. He said, I just wanted to address at the start of the show, when we're talking about Lamar Jackson, I should have uttered the word gay. I don't know why this just skipped on me. The LGBTQ community prefers that over other words because obviously other words are believed to be derogatory in their eyes. So as a result of that, my apologies. I should have used the word gay. No, using the word homosexual is fine. Gay is a little bit easier, I think. But there'd be some people, I think, that would get offended if you just use that word. The fact that Stephen A. Smith is having to go on air and apologize for using a word that adequately describes gay people that is not offensive in any way, shape, or form is pathetic. But this is woke ESPN. This is what happens, Stephen A. Smith. When you live in that world, you have to live or die by this. You have to bend the knee to the woke SJW mob for uttering the phrase homosexual. It doesn't get much more pathetic than that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.